Great. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, what's your take on the recent flooding in Aninri local government area?
Yeah, I've just had it through you people. I've not had it before. And we're going to take action immediately. We have a state emergency management agency that is already on the ground. I'm sure they must have gotten information. Tomorrow also, our ecology department will be visiting the place. The minister will also escalate this matter to the Federal Minister of Environment, their flood department. We're in touch with them. We have a WhatsApp group, which I'll send this to this morning. So I want to appreciate you for this information.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. That is why we are here. However, can you go into the interventions that are expected to occur in Aninri to mitigate what we are seeing happening with the flooding in some of the communities?
That's what I'm saying, that the agencies will do something about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, they will do something. And the immediately I drop here, I'll send it to our group in Abuja.
Okay.
The Federal Minister of Environment. We also have the state's emergency management agency. I'm sure they must have done so. I'm sure they must be doing something now if they have the information.
Yeah, Professor, in your own opinion, what would you attribute the reasons for this flooding? What would you say are the causes, of this
I'm sure
flooding?
this is not the first time it's
yes,
happening.
I was going to say that this is not the first time. So, what are the reasons why these floods are reoccurring?
It has been raining for the past 3 days, and there was a prediction that it was going to rain for 3 days. With such heavy downpour, we expect flooding to take place, especially those people that live in low land areas like Aninri. Of course, Aninri is a swampy area, and it's a natural occurrence that when it rains like that, it has to happen. All those people, those predictions from NIMET, if they have followed it, people would have expected that this will happen. I saw some children trying to swim there. This is extremely dangerous, and their parents should restrain them from doing such things. But some of them can get drowned in the water, and some dangerous reptiles can also
be in the water.
Yes, so their parents should do something quickly and get those children out of that place.
Yes.
When it is raining and when there's flooding, parents should restrain their children from moving out. It's not proper that children should go there and start playing. But I saw some children playing that a bit.
All right, Prof.
It's inappropriate. Thank you.
Yes, usually when there is flooding, there are always concurrent health epidemics that go along with it. So my question really to you, sir, is, are there some collaborations going on with the Ministry of Health and the National Orientation Agency to see that people are well informed, and if there's any eventuality that people come down with some kind of diseases, they will be properly treated?
This thing didn't start even when I was a child. We have had that kind of training and awareness. The Federal Minister of Health does, and the State Minister of Health, does such enlightenment regularly. Even at the local government level, there at Aninri, you have health department that does enlightenment to the people, the negative impact of flooding. But when there's flooding, it carries feces, it carries maybe dead bodies of animals and human remains into the water. And of course, when people make contact with such water, it can cause some diseases. So people are aware, and I'm sure the enlightenment will continue.
Okay, Prof, shouldn't there be any whistle-blowing mechanism to actually curb, or rather, these local communities that are involved in this flood can easily call to, get to the state or the ministry to curb the effect of this flooding before it gets very dangerous and hazardous to the health and of these local communities?
That's what I'm saying. I just said that we have the local government ministry, local government health department there. There's also one in the Ministry of Environment, the health department of the Ministry of Environment. The State Minister of Environment has equally done that repeatedly.
Yes.
People should respond to these enlightenments. People are aware, they live in those environments and they know the hazards of those things. But we shall continue to enlighten them.
Yes, Professor. Very quickly, the issue of flooding, we believe, should get a multi-agency, multi-ministerial approach. My question to you is, what is the role of the honorable, the legislative arm of the state? That would be the House member who's in charge of this Aninri constituency. What would you, in your experience, say is his role in this menace? Not in the menace, I beg your pardon, his role in helping to ameliorate the consequences of this menace.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there are some roles he can play. One is, escalation of the situation in Aninri to the state government, to the appropriate ministry, to the appropriate agencies. That's the much he can do. And then he can also organize some, a kind of enlightenment training for the people within his constituency to tell them the implications of having floods and how they can be careful in terms of when there's flood.
So, right. Prof, is there a way government...
He can also interact with the leadership of his community, like the PGs, the Igwes within the environment. And that with that, he can gauge the nooks and crannies of that community so that they get to know about the negative impact of this flooding.
Okay, so Prof, is there a way the government or your ministry gets to know when such occurrences happen?
Yes, we have people in the local government there. They can also, they have our numbers are everywhere. They can also call. They know the commissioner. Every commissioner, every local government has a commissioner. If something like that happens, the chairman of the local government can call the commissioner. The commissioner can call the appropriate minister that is responsible. These are channels of communications that we have.
And finally, Professor, before we let you go, from the reports we got from Aninri, someone on ground actually told us that people have been displaced. Hello, Professor, can you hear us?
I'm hearing you.
Great. So he told us that some persons